Hey, it's Chris Duncan and welcome to my site. You're on this page because you're obviously checking out, trying to find out who I am, which is fair enough. Who is this guy and what is he all about and what has he done? So I've just put together a short video where you can just learn a little bit about me. It's very short, to the point, and it's just for people that want to know who I am and what I do. So my main objective in life is to show people how to have total freedom, to free their mind, free their time, and free their income so they can do what matters most. Here's what I found is most people that I meet have huge goals, huge dreams, and huge visions, but they're stuck. They don't have the time and they don't have the money to do what they really want in life. And this was huge for me. So I started creating freedom for myself, and I've helped thousands of other people around the world. In fact, hundreds and thousands of people have seen me at live events. People have purchased my best-selling book on Amazon and come and see me for different trainings online and offline to help them to triple their income, double their time off, and to have total freedom. Now, I come from a place that I've done it myself. In fact, I have got 8 freedom businesses and a couple more on their way. A freedom business is this. It's a business that gives you more time and more money instead of the other way around. See, most businesses go and start, and most investment strategies, and you have to give up so much. You never get to a place where you actually get to enjoy freedom. And I believe that you have more in your life than just to turn up and go to 9 to 5, and just literally do things that you wouldn't want to do. Here's my question is, would you do your job if it was for free? Would you still be in your business if it was for free? And if the answer is no, here's what you've got to understand. You must find a way to get that freedom to move from a 2-day weekend to a 5-day weekend, so that you can actually only work 2 days and have 5 days off. That's what I want, because I know you've got a lot more that you want to do. Now, I've done this. See, I can work from anywhere in the world. See, a typical place that I'm working from looks just like this. In fact, right now, this is what it looks like that I'm talking on. I'm talking to you right to my computer. Here is me. That's my fiance holding the iPad. You'll notice in this picture that I'm not even wearing pants. I've got my suit jacket on and I'm doing a business training program. Now, what's great about this picture is I'm in Bali. No, sorry, I'm in Indonesia. I'm in Gili Trawangan, which is an amazing island, Gili T, that's just off Bali. Now, this is a fantastic place, and I got to spend some time there creating and shooting products that have made me a lot of money and a lot of freedom. And here's the best thing. I get to do it with people that I love, like my fiance who's in that picture right now. Now, I want to share a moment that changed everything for me. This was the moment here. I'm on a webinar. I'm sitting in I'm in Thailand, in Koh Samui. I wrote about this in my book. And at the end of this, I had over $10,000. It was a 90-minute presentation, literally flow into my PayPal account, and I got so connected to what was possible with the internet. You literally are listening to me on the internet right now. There is such an opportunity to put a product up online, put a service up online, and get freedom to be able to live wherever it is that you choose, whether that's to be at home with your family, with your aging parents or your grandparents, to go travel different parts of the world, whatever it is. There is no excuse for not having what you want. I did this. It was an amazing webinar. At the end of it, I offered some cleansing and detox programs. People purchased it. I made tens of thousands of dollars in 90 minutes. I looked over in the next room, and Harriet, my fiance, was in the next room asleep because it was early morning when I did this. And I looked out into this beautiful scenery in Thailand. It was absolutely it was just magic. And I cried this moment right here after I did this. I cried because I knew one thing. I knew that right now I'd figured it out. And then I thought to myself, I could just sit here because, making that sort of money in Thailand, you're like a millionaire. But I realized there was a bigger purpose for me doing this. And I realized I needed to teach people like you how to have freedom. And I got so inspired, and I literally started helping people. And now I've helped so many, hundreds and thousands of people all around the globe to be able to have more freedom in their life, to free their mind, free their time, and do what matters most. But look, it wasn't always this way. Look, I grew up in an average family. I want you to know that, as I came from a place where, middle class, we traded time for money. We worked hard. Growing up for me, it was all about working hard. It was about making sure that you put in a good day's work and being rewarded for that. I saw a family friend become financially free, and I saw them and I thought, wow, look at them go. They went and invested in a bar and a nightclub, and their business went to the next level. I remember saying to myself, I'll find a way to have that for my family and give back to my family and do it. And so I went to university. I tried lots of different things, and this was where I really ended up. I ended up in a place where I didn't really know what to do. I was a little bit lost in my life. I grew some great dreadlocks and worked in a bar, and this is where I started. And the reason I show you this is because some people keep saying, oh, well, it's so easy for you to say that, Chris. And I want you to know right now that you're speaking to a guy that just started right where you are, or maybe even below where you are. In this place, I had an alcohol problem, a depression problem, all sorts of problems, and I was able to pull myself up. And the first thing I did was I pulled myself up by freeing my mind. And I had to free my mind. I had to believe what was possible. And that's the first thing I want to help you with. If you don't actually believe that it's possible, then make sure you're going into some of my programs. It's going to help you with that. And here's what I believe. I believe the secret to success is this. It's finding someone at point B and having them show you how to go from where you are to where they are right now. This is proven. It's the easiest way to do it. And it's exactly what I did. In fact, I went and found a mentor. I cut off my dreadlocks. I met Harriet, who I'm now engaged with. I found this mentor. I helped him to run a company. Within 3 weeks, he'd helped me start up my own office. Within 6 months, I'd made $250,000 in a week. And people go, Chris, that's amazing. And I go, no, it was hard work. It was me every single day getting up and applying what I learned and freeing my mind. It was understanding that I needed to follow everything my mentor said and pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing. People thought I was crazy when I was doing this. And I just went nuts. I stopped everything. I stopped drinking. I stopped having any kind of food that wasn't moving me towards my goal. And I became obsessed with getting what it is they wanted. But the problem is I still had this mentor, and I was actually still working for him. So I made a lot of money, and that was fantastic, but I wanted a lot more, okay? I wanted to have purpose in my life, and I'm sure you do too, because in that place, I'd got freedom, I pulled myself up, I had actually made a lot of money, and I was in this place where I thought, you know what? I need to create a purposeful life, something that I really want to do, and that's what I truly want to get and help you with. And so I went and invested in a program. I really believe that there are people out there that can teach you the right lessons, and I got taught my first lesson. I invested $42,000 in a program. And it was my first program teaching me how to start businesses. It was a coaching business, and at the end of this program, for my $42,000, I'd learned how to get 2 clients. Disappointed was an understatement. I had left that other job. I'd done everything. I poured everything into this. And this mentor massively let me down. And it's one of the reasons I do what I do now. Within 3 months of starting this program, this mentor had vanished. He was in Spain, never to be seen of again. And my money dried up, disappeared. And the program wasn't very good at all. And I had anxiety. I put all this money in there. I felt anxious. I felt confused. I felt ripped off. And I just didn't think that I was ever going to be able to get there. I felt like running back to my job, my safety, my security. And actually, it's what I did. I went back and got a job in a bar because I just didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to build a business. But there was this hunger inside of me that just said, look, you've got to do it. You've got to let go of the past. You've got to carry on. And I want you to know that right now, that success is an inside job. That was my first test. The universe was asking me, how much do I want it? And I coded up and I thought to myself, there's got to be somebody out there that can really help me. So I started really going out there and pushing my business and doing everything that I could to be able to grow it. And I had the right mindset. But my first problem was I had the mindset, but I didn't know the strategy or the mechanics. And the first thing I got wrong was I didn't know my hidden market. I was trying to help everybody. I was literally going round and round and round in circles on the entrepreneur treadmill, trying to sell everybody, trying to make money, trying to get myself started. And it wasn't working. And here was the thing, my very first mentor, my next mentor at this point, my first true business mentor, he helped me to find my hidden market. And I really love him and appreciate him for that. And, it was such a massive gift for me to find my hidden market. I want to let you right now, as you listen to this, the breath that you just took shows me that you have got a beating heart. And that means right now you have a hidden market that you can serve more than anybody else. And I need you to know that right now, that there is a market that's perfect for you and they're waiting for your message. But the problem is you cannot see your own brilliance. And I couldn't either. You have your own market. If you need to go and find your own market, I have a program called the High Profit Niche Finder. You need to go find that because there's money waiting there for you in a market that you could be a micro celebrity in right now. You just need to find your hidden market. The next thing is I knew my hidden market and I knew who I was after, and I was exhausted. I was chasing clients. I was literally chasing people around, calling. Have you put your money in? Have you done this? I had no packaging, no product path. I had no system. I was losing a lot of clients, and honestly, I was burnt out. I don't know if you've ever felt that in business where you're just so burnt out. You kind of got something happening. And it was like I was in that place where I was busy enough to be making money, but I wasn't good enough to be making good money to be able to employ anyone, and I was doing everything. I was the admin, I was the marketer, I was the customer support, I was the salesperson, I was the fulfillment, I was the payment department, I was the accountant, I was doing it all. And it was, a tough place to be, but another thing you've got to get through, and to be in my place now, it's so easy for me to see when someone's there and what to do. What I had to do was I learned how to create systems, models, programs, and what's called an ascension model, meaning I actually was able to get freedom. Okay, that meant that instead of just delivering everything one-to-one or in seminars, I was able to record it, put it onto membership sites, put it into automated programs, put it onto websites. I was able to understand that I could give somebody a program and I could sell it at different prices, and learned how to create a system and other things to actually employ other people. And this started to become really exciting. But here was my next problem. It was so easy for me to sell physical things. Like, I could sell you a computer, I could have you buy that, or I was very good with solar panels with one of my businesses. I was able to have you go buy water filters very successfully. But what I truly wanted to do was help people with their life. And I wanted to help people in personal development in different spaces. And at this stage, I'd got myself a few businesses, but the one I was focusing on mainly was businesses that were based on information and education. And here's the problem if you've got a business around that, is it's not physical, it's invisible what you give them. And it is so challenging for you to be able to get your point across and see the value. And so what I had to really understand is I had to master high value sales. I invested again in another mentor. At this point, I spent about $100,000 in learning everything that I've learned. And my parents thought I was crazy. My family thought I was crazy. My fiance definitely thought I was crazy. And I just kept investing, kept moving. And I got at this coach. Look, I paid him $50,000. He was worth every single cent. And he showed me a lot of things, but he showed me really how to sell from stage at a high price. He showed me how to do it one-on-one as well. And he really helped me with my psychology. And for me just to spend $50,000 with him after some other failed things and other little programs I had done was such a big step that my psychology had to shift. Again, I just had to make it happen. And so I did. And here's the thing is, I got that done, and now I was able to sell at high price. But again, another problem came out, and this was my marketing was it was such high effort and such low return marketing. I was chasing people and chasing people and chasing people because I knew how to do the fulfillment. I knew how to actually give the products to people. I knew how to sell high price, but still it was like I didn't have enough people coming in the tap. And so then I opened up to this world to online marketing. And again, a whole nother thing came through. And this is still an ongoing learning for me. And I love the online space now. I love what it is. But when I finally figured out what works on there is so much confusion when it comes to online marketing. And I've got a system, one of my programs will show you exactly just what to do. No fluff, no BS, just what to do. This is when everything really took off, but it was only because I had everything else. And the thing was, I'd finally got a startup. I'd scaled my business well. I was doing very well. I'd employed people at this point. I'd actually duplicated myself out to a few businesses. And then the next thing is I was so fully booked that I was duplicating out and helping and getting other people started, but then they were fully booked. I really didn't understand. I'd scaled, but I didn't get how to systemize and grow a business past the $500,000, $750,000 mark. And I just found myself back in that place with no freedom. And if you're resonating with any of this, then you're really in the right place. So the last thing I learned how to do was I learned how to systemize a business. I learned how to take it through that mark, past $1 million and further. And I've learned how to do it repeatedly with all of the companies that I have. So I know how to get it done. I've employed CEOs, created teams to run the company so that they run without me. We have many companies, outsourcing companies, online marketing companies, web design company. I have education company, property company, a juice and smoothie cleansing company, amongst many others. And so we've been able to get it done. And now I'm in this place of I've just gone and done so much of it and made it all work that the biggest thing for me is I love to give back. And I love to help as many others. If you're on my show each day, if you've connected with me, you know I give a ton of value, and I just know this stuff because I know what it's like to be disappointed and let down by mentors. I know what it's like to be frustrated, confused. I know what it's like to want to get to the next level. I know what it's like to be carrying and supporting a whole family. I know what it's like to be in debt. I know what it's like to be overwhelmed. I've got it. I've been there, and I can show you how to get to the next level. Here's what I know, okay? Success is measurable progress towards what matters most to you. Not money, not anything else, not fame. It's what matters most to you. There's only two things that you really need in order to create the success, okay? And the first one is a proven strategy. A proven strategy is a strategy that you know is working right now. And how do you know it? Well, you've seen the other person do it, okay? So everything that I teach somebody, I'm already doing, and I can point to a website where it's working. I can give you the numbers. I can give you income reports. It's done. It's a proven strategy. You must have a proven strategy. And the second thing you must have is aligned psychology. If you have these two things, you'll be completely unstoppable. And this is why I do what I do. I want you to have total freedom. I want you to be able to spend the time with your family when you want to spend the time. I would absolutely adore to have 10,000 people to be able to go out and help 10,000 people to live a life of total freedom. I want to create a movement. I would love you to be a part of that movement, and you already are by watching this video to the end. On my website, you're going to see a ton of free gifts, a ton of free programs, and also some paid programs if you choose to go into those. But here's what I want you to get from me. I want you to know that you can do it. I want you to know that there is at least one person out there that believes in you. Because if some dreadlock kid who didn't really know what he was doing and just decided that he was going to do it and then just failed and failed and failed and somehow managed to get to the top and is still going and still doing things, became a best-selling author, spoke in 7 different countries in the last 12 months, lived in 15, running online courses, webinars with hundreds of thousands of people influenced and affected by what he's done, then you can do it as well. And I just want you to know that there is one person out there that truly believes in you. I really look forward to hearing from you. If you want to make contact with me, I can point you in the right direction. I have programs from mindset, from how to start a business with no money down, how to get your packaging right, how to scale a business, how to make online sales, how to build your websites out, how to train a VA team, how to systemize your business. Wherever it is, I'm the guy that can help you have freedom. If you're stuck, you come to me. If you want to move to the next level, you come to me. If you don't want to be in action, if you don't want to do what I say, well then don't come to me. I'm the guy that wants somebody who's ready to take action, take charge, and do what matters most to them. You have an amazing day. Thank you so much for watching this video, finding out a little bit more about me and what matters most to me. All I ask is you go out there, you live, you laugh, you love, you learn, you leave a legacy. I want you to free your time. I want you to free your mind. I want you to free your income. Have total freedom. It's Christopher M Duncan. I love you so much. Have an amazing day. Have an amazing life. Go smash it.